I'm Mr. Sev. This is Will Kim from Period 3, English 3, Tattoos on the Heart book review. In Tattoos on the Heart, Boyle shares many of the lessons he has learned since he has founded Homeboy Industries in 1988. His memoir is not about solving the ills of gangs, guns, and poverty. It is about the Christian call to live with the outcasts and the poor. And while Homeboy Industries has helped many get out of gangs and find jobs, Boyle is not focused on success and outcomes. He is simply present in the streets, the jails, the homes, and the lives of the people. One thing I realized while reading Tattoos on the Heart, Boyle, was that it is easy to forget that these young gang members Boyle worked with in his Homeboy Industries probably strike fear in most people in America. These young people are from the most dangerous neighborhoods, have shot and killed others, and have spent time in prison. However, Boyle reminds readers that everyone is deserving of God's love. He reminds us that these young people are not monsters, but scared kids who want a purpose in life. When these gang members want to abandon gang life, they go to Boyle, also known as G, and to Homeboy Industries for job training, education, career placement, tattoo removal, and counseling. Boyle has been running Homeboy Industries since 1986, and he's filled with stories, both funny and heartbreaking, about the characters he has seen over the years. His narrative contains very little naivety or innocence. He may be a priest, but he understands the horrors of this kind of lifestyle, and he's no stranger to the statistics. Since Boyle has started Homeboy Industries, he has buried 168 of his homies. Each chapter is organized by some sort of inspirational theme, as Boyle stitches together anecdotes and stories of the people he's encountered and helped, or tried to help. Many of the stories end in tears and hugs, others end in tears and funerals. Boyle peppers these anecdotes with Bible quotes and references to the scripture. Boyle ties together incredible stories with important lessons, from the funny things that some clients say and do to the young people who start to get back on track, only to be shot and killed. Some moments are touchingly simple, as when a man describes the joy he finds from just watching his family eat dinner. Boyle always approaches a new challenge or difficult person with a positive attitude and a compassionate heart, an attitude tested now that his ministry was forced to lay off 330 workers last May. He never judges people and is always willing to give someone a second or 98th chance. Boyle's ministry is an example of how to live the gospel in our own lives by reflecting the compassion and love of God. With this humanizing quality comes a batch of funny and tear-jerking stories. One gang member managed to escape the hood by netting a job at Chuck E. Cheese's as the man in the mouse costume, all to make sure that his son will be born into a family with a working man for a father. Not all such stories have happy endings. Some are comical, some are sad, but Boyle managed to show these people without ever belittling or judging them. He is a firm believer that sinners are those people that society has left behind, and he is working tirelessly to make sure at least one person pays attention to them. By focusing on people, rather than cliched parables and overused Bible quotes, Boyle's book carried a punch that I was not expecting. It got me thinking about organized religion. In this day and age, we're used to religion being politicized and polarizing. Boyle's faith is the opposite, aiming to draw in as many people as possible without being judgmental. Amazingly, Boyle doesn't seem to have much of an ego either. Some of the best stories involve awards that he's won. Often, instead of wasting time picking up such awards himself, he sends a group of homies in his place to give a speech and accept the award. As it turns out, while progressive organizations may appreciate Boyle's outreach to former gang members, they are far less pleased with these former gang members actually showing up to their event. So I came to a conclusion that this book was a great book to read. I enjoyed Boyle's anecdotes without him trying to fit them to his predetermined messages and themes such as compassion and kinship. I also thought Boyle's efforts of being out there every single day, working on the streets, instead of merely giving speeches in a large church, gave a lot of power into his book. I also liked how this book gave me a lot of insight both into a world I knew absolutely nothing about, and what caring about others is all about. I thought this book was very inspiring. The fact that people presented in the book are not lifeless, imagined characters as in a parable, but real living live human beings made the book even more inspiring.